Hey guys, it's Haz up to Hockey here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today's video we are going to be restarting on Auston Matthews' career, and we are going to be restarting to see like what he would get, how many scores he would get total in his career, like goals, how many assists, how many points, and how many awards in his career. Like we're gonna restart his career back in 2016 when he. So yeah, in 2016 he got drafted first overall by the Nashville Predators. And because the Predators were last in, like one of the last in the league, and they got picked first overall, and they drafted Auston Matthews first overall. Year one, they are 2 ability and 5 potential. They get put on the third line with Arvidsson and Craig Smith. And then first year comes to the end. They do not win the Calder, but they get 23 points in 42 games. Only play like half this season, which squats most runs the other half of the year. And then in the playoffs, they make it to the playoffs the first year, and Auston Matthews gets 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points in 11 games. And he doesn't win the Calder. Year 2. He's a 2.5 ability and 5 potential. Year 2 somehow not in the lineup. Did not get put in the lineup by the GMs. But here we go. Second year, he does a big bounce back, like a big up year. Like he had a good year. 54 goals, 44 assists, 98 points in 81 games. And then in the playoffs, he plays amazing. 15 goals, 11 assists in 26 games. 26 points in 25 games, But he gets reverse swept by the Washington Capitals in 2018. And then you finish off with a very good year in year 2. Year 3. 3.5 ability, a 5 potential, and he gets put onto the first line. He gets big upways, playing with Philip Forsberg and Nick Bjugstad. And looking like he had a big bounce up. Trevor Sajak gets put down. Craig Smith gets put down the 4th line. And the team's still looking pretty good. Solid. Auston Matthews. This is Auston Matthews' 3rd year, and he gets re-signed by the Nashville Predators for 3 years. 3.03 million for 3 years. And then season comes to an end. The team does not make the playoffs. But this guy gets 36 goals, 62 assists, and 98 points in 82 games. In year 4, he's full potential, 5.5. In year 4, playing with Ryan Strome. They get Ryan Strome in the offseason. They put him with Phil Forsberg in the first line, looking like he's gonna have a good year up his sleeve. You see a couple guys leave. You've seen Shea Weber leave. You've seen Seth Jones leave. Looking like the D's got weaker a bit, but the team still looks pretty solid and hoping to make the playoffs this year. Season comes to an end. Man gets 40 goals, 40 assists, and 80 points in 69 games during the COVID year. They did not play a full season because it's the COVID year, but put up 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points, and 9 playoff games this year, and 10 points. In year 5, Auston Matthews is playing the first line, still the same line as Ryan Strome and Philip Forsberg, 5.5. But they add Christian Didus this offseason. And it looks like Martin Kromniak gets into the lineup, and the loss of Craig Smith gets put on there. Season comes to an end. They win their first rewards. They win the Morris Richard. They win the Hart. They win the Ted Lindsay. Matthews wins Ted Lindsay and wins the Art Loss. Man gets 50 goals, 54 assists. Puts a career year, 104 points in 71 regular season games this year. And the band points up 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points in 6 games. That's for year number 5. Year number 6, 5.5, plays with the same line mate still. Philip Forsberg and Ryan Strome for another 3rd year in a row. Gets Warren Fogiel on their team. Roman Yossi gets put down to the second line. Juju says, Ellis says, how many it comes in. Bogosian says, looking like not a bad team, and looking like they're gonna have a good year. Looking like we seen another re-sign for Auston Matthews. Auston Matthews gets re-signed for 4 years, $9.47 million. Looking like he's gonna be staying for the team for another 4 years on the boat, on the road. So, look, he's looking good. He's looking fresh, and yeah. And then after the season comes to an end, they do not make the playoffs. But Auston Matthews gets a down year with 32 goals, 46 assists, 78 points in 82 games. No awards got given to him after the 6th season. Year 7, he stays with the Nashville Predators still, and it's 5-5. Playing the same line space for the 4th year straight. Looking like barely any changes happened. Keeping the same decor again for another year. Barely any changes. But you get Logan O'Connor on your team. They have amazing top 6. They have a good bottom 6. Michael Decal plays with them. Looking like this team could make the playoffs. Season comes to an end. They had a better year compared to last year. He marked 33 goals, 61 assists, 94 points in 82 games. And then the playoffs, marking 9 goals, 4 assists, 13 points in 13 games. In year 8, looking like Kromniak takes the big step, going to play with as a winner with Matthews. Matthews still plays for Forsberg for like the 5th year straight. And then they end up getting Morgan Rielly on their team. And Michael DeZallo, Bergman comes on board. But they end up losing some players. Ryan Ellis, D-Juice. They end up losing a couple of their players. Poulin gets put in the NHL. Maselli comes into the NHL, play with the Nashville Predators. Matt Nianetto. And looking like this team, they're so full of potential. And looking like this team's going to have a good year. Looking like Matthews getting the most retired this year. Ted Lindsay marking a big career high year. Probably going to be the best in his whole career. He marked 57 goals, 60 assists, 117 points in 82 games. Looked like a good player. And in the playoffs, marking 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points in 7 games. And they lost in the first round in 7. And that's where it ended. So, year 5. Kromniak still playing with Forsberg and Matthews. Forsberg for the 2nd year in a row, but 6th year in a row that Forsberg's playing with Matthews. At once, again, Morgan Rielly says, you get Marka Madulin, Wolf, and Mid says, Ozell says, and Bogosian says, looking like Yossi's out of the team now. Tyler Johnson came in. Lindstrom gets put on the 4th line. Logan Connor gets put up. Masili gets put on the 2nd line. D. Kane gets put on the 3rd line. And Bros gets put on the 4th line. Looking like this team's probably going to have a good year. And then you look here. You see Matthews having another fantastic year. Winning the Ted Lindsay 2nd year in a row. Hart 2nd year in a row. And getting 54 goals, 52 assists, and 106 points in 82 games. And then in the playoffs, you make an unbelievable one. You have 12, you get past the first round. You lose probably in the 2nd round. You get 12 goals, 7 assists, 7 assists, 19 points in 13 games. Looking like he's having a good year. And this is year number 9. Year number 10. Matthews is in the lineup for year 10 for the Nashville Predators still. Morgan Rielly says, look at Phil Forsberg gets put in the 2nd line to play with and Matthews plays with Blas and Kromniak for the 3rd year straight. Ryan Strome gets put 3rd line, Kane gets put 2nd line. They're looking at some big changes to get Ben Hutton. They get Krutel. A couple of these people left the team. You can tell DeZallo left and all that. There's been team changes, and the goaltending tandem is Hellebuck and Shesterkin for year number 10. Season comes pretty much Nashville ends up re-signing Matthews to a long-term deal, $10.9 million for the next 7 seasons in 2026. And next season comes to an end. They win the Ted Lindsay for the 3rd year straight. Matthews does. 56 goals, 53 assists, 109 points in 82 games. And then he makes 4 assists in the playoffs in 4 games. The team gets swept in the first round. Matthews still does not have a cup win again yet. Year number 11. Matthews gets put with Blas and Kroniak. Forsberg says, you can see Vasili's not in the lineup anymore compared to last year. He started coming down to last year because they traded him. They didn't sign. We signed him and he got put in free agency. And Vancouver signed him to a deal. I don't know why they got rid of him, but so what? And then you get Wiley Smith. You see Morgan Riley left. The team's looking poor compared to last season. Not looking good. Zach Bogosian says in the team they added Melanson. And that Matthews gets to play with Komniak once again and blows. They're hoping for a good team this year. But season comes to an end. The team gets 50 goals. He gets 50 goals, 60 assists, 110 points in 82 games. And in the playoffs, he makes 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points in 14 games. Looking like it's either a semifinal or second round exit. And then the 27 awards. Matthews wins the Ted Lindsay for probably the 5th year. He won it a lot in his career, and he won the Heights Trophy. Year number 12. Matthews 5-5. He plays with Kroniak and Blas for the 3rd year straight. Probably the 6th year straight for Kroniak. And looking like this team, they lost Philip Forsberg. They get Cam York on their side. They keep Stokin in the Hellebuyck tandem. And this team's just looking like a fantastic team with the looks of their team. They brought Brandon Carlo in. They brought Rosen. They brought Cam York, hoping to make the playoffs. Season comes to an end. Matthews gets 49 goals, 65 assists, 140 points in 82 games. In playoffs, he makes 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points in 6 games. In 2028 awards, he won the Ted Lindsay and the Hart. Year number 13. Auston Matthews still playing with Kane and Blas. Hellebuyck Stokin says, you get Cam York's gone. Wiley Smith says, something Smith says, Wolf says, and you're looking like a team that may not make playoffs this year. The looks of their condition, you see by the looks of it is that Komniak's gone. Matthews is playing with Kane and Blas, looking to have a good season. Season comes to an end. They do not make the playoffs. Matthews gets 40 goals, 50 assists, 90 points in 82 games. He had a bit of a down year, but he's still over a point per game. Not looking bad for himself. No trophies this year, and this is year number 13. Year number 14. Stays with the Nashville Predators, 5-5, year 14. Looking like the Nashville Predators have signed Nick Schmaltz and got themselves Kasperi Kapanen with Jamie Drysdale. And looking like Hellebuyck left the system, someone named Pitzler and Shesterkin. Shesterkin says it's as a tandem. And Blas and Kane will still play with Matthews on the first line as a power forward. Season comes to an end. Matthews puts up 43 goals, 46 assists, 89 points in 82 games. And no trophies won. And this is year number 14. Year number 15, 4.5. This is where you're going to see a little bit of a downfall of his potential because since he's getting older, he's pretty much around like 30, in his 30s now. Since if you look here, he's pretty much going to be, he's down pretty much to like his, if you look, you can see like he's probably down to like his 30s now. So like he's going to get lower and lower when his career happens. Auston Matthews gets put on the first line still as a dangler with Blas and Kane. So I still say it's looking like Michael Bunting gets put in, like Small says, and Kasperi Kapanen leaves the system. After the year, in the 4.5 potential. After the year ends, Auston Matthews gets put 39 goals, 47 assists, 86 points in 82 games. No trophies won, and that gives you Matthews looking like he had a fantastic year, but still he's getting down in his career a bit, but looking like he's having a fantastic year. Year number 16, he fell to a 4-4. Auston Matthews gets put with something Michael and Kane. and Voss gets put on the third line. And you see Drysdale leaves the team. You see Sturkin leaves the team. They're full of random people that they don't even barely know. And there. Year number 16 in the playoffs. They looked like to put 39 goals, 65 assists, and they're back. And he's back at the 100 plus mark with 104 points in 82 games. Playoffs, 5 assists in 5 games. A first round exit once again. Again, and this is no trophy. This is your year number 16. Year number 17 for Forsyth. Auston Matthews is a power forward, looking like he's hoping to play good for himself. With Kane and Bo, that Michael gets put second line, Bross gets put fourth line. Looking like the team, they got Thomas Chabot, they get Samuel Balduke, bringing some good defensemen help in need for this. They can make the playoffs. When they go in, Matthews puts up 16 goals, 14 assists, 30 points, 23 playoff games. In the regular season wise, he puts 37 goals, 81 assists, and 88 points in 82 games. Year number, they renew. Auston Matthews gets renewed for another year, $7.12 million, 1 year with the Nashville Predators. Year number 18, you see this guy dropping a bit more, 3.5, 3.5, and he gets put onto the second line with Ledvina and Michael. You can see that he's decreasing a bit because he's getting older in his career, and it's going to be the time of his career. He's like 36 now, 36 probably now, and he's looking like he's going to be around the end of his career soon. And they're hoping that he can end up maybe saying to the team. They get Wizards, they leave Samuel Balduke, they leave Thomas Chabot. The team's looking completely different, looking completely new. And this is in the playoffs. They put in the player total. They win the Mark Messier this year, and they win the Bill Masterton. 32 goals, 57 assists, 89 points in 82 games. He was so point per game, guys. Probably maybe might be the last time he does that in his career. He gets 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points in 7 games. And looking like it's the end of him being a Nashville Predator, since they're not going to re-sign him, and he's going to free agency, and he gets signed late, pretty much before the season starts, and he gets signed to a 1-year deal, $1.076.699 million. Feels like he goes for another year with the Winnipeg Jets. You see the year 19 here, 3.5, 3.0. He gets put on the third line with Solicit Garcia. This is the first year they were the Winnipeg Jets. You see Wolf returning with Matthews, and you see Morris Seider in the lineup. They're hoping to have a good season. When the season comes to an end, he's starting to get down a bit. 23 goals, 23 assists, 49 points in 82 games. Still not a bad player for his age. He's still looking good. You see they have a good record. And we're hoping he's hoping to win something or get something good. They didn't make the playoffs this year, but he's hoping to do. Winnipeg ends up re-signing for another year out of $1.83 million for another year. Season looking like he's probably not going to retire. And then you go to year 20. And he's down to a 3-3, and he's a third line guy, still sniper. Wolf says Seider's still there. You see Matt Boldy gets put on the team, Logan Cooley gets put on the team. Look like everything's fine, and they still don't make the playoffs. And when the season comes to an end, 19 goals, 23 assists, 42 points in 82 games. He's looking solid still, but he's not going to be a point per game player anymore because he's getting older and his career is downgrading. He's not the same athlete as he was before. And it looks like the Winnipeg Jets re-signed to another year, another season. Damn, second re-sign with the team. That season there. He decided to a big deal, actually. He signed to a $5.97 million, not looking good for a year. Not a good contract at all. And then the next season behind, he goes to a 2.5, 2.5. And you see the miss of a couple players. You don't see Logan Cooley back. You don't see Morris Seider back. You don't see a couple of the players back. Logan Cooley's back. Balduke's there. He most likely plays a fourth line role pretty soon. He's a speedy forward. Year comes to an end. Matthews has a down season. 7 goals, 11 assists, 18 points in 82 games. Not looking good for himself. He has not won a trophy this year. But he's hoping to still have minutes with him left. Will he retire? No. He signs for another season with the Winnipeg Jets. $4.96 million for another season. Oh my god. He keeps signing with them. And in year 282, you go to a 2-2 and played 4 minutes. Looking like a couple players left. Balduke's gone. A couple of players gone. Barely anybody that it's recognizable is probably in the team left. And that's it for this year. Season comes to an end. He doesn't even play the full season. He plays 41 games, 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points in 41 games. Looking like this could be close to the end of this career with Auston Matthews. And yep, he officially retired after this season. So, we're looking here. So, since Auston Matthews retired at the age of 41, so regular season stats, we're going to point the stats here. Nashville, he played for Nashville 18 seasons. He got himself 749 goals, 928 assists, 1,677 points in 1,411 games, part of the Nashville Predators. And Winnipeg Jets, he played for 4 seasons since Nashville played for 18 seasons. Winnipeg Jets played 4 seasons, so 52 goals, 69 assists, 121 points in 287 games. And then the total stats you see here is 801 goals, 997 assists, and 1,798 points in 1,698 games. They were so close to getting. He was so close to getting to a 1,700 game and 1,800 points. So for the playoffs, you see Nashville Predators. He went 13 times and 0 times with the Winnipeg Jets. Nashville 13 times. He got 71 goals, 77 assists, 148 points, and 143 games with the Nashville Predators in the playoffs. The awards. He's with Nashville. He won awards, but Winnipeg Jets, they did not win any awards with Winnipeg. So Nashville, the awards was 4 Hart, 2 Morris Richards, 5 Ted Lindsays, 1 Art Ross, 1 Mike Messier, 1 Bill Masterton. His number retired by Nashville Predators. 1 gold medal for USA, 2 silver medals for USA, from 13 All-Star appearances. This guy had one heck of a career, and this is fantastic for his glove. He looked good. He played good most of his career. When he got to the Winnipeg Jets, he went downgrade a bit, but he had 2 good seasons with them at least. And then an 18-point season, and he didn't even play the whole year with 12 points. Matthews played that entire last season, he would have had paper 20-some points. That is just still pretty good. For his age, he's 40. He was a veteran, and it's the end of Auston Matthews' 18-year career. No, 22-year career. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, hit notifications. Comment down below if you want me to do another player. Tell me what player you want me to do. I can do Connor McDavid. I can do Draisaitl. We can do a career of any other player that you guys want in the comments down below, and I'll think about doing them. So this is the video. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, hit notifications. I'll be making more videos on the channel too. And I did this all on Francis Hockey Manager 9. And I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.